My name is Fidel Peugeot. I'm a designer. I'm originally from Switzerland, and I'm living today with our design studio Walking Chair in the heart of Vienna, we say, and doing sings and songs.
You say bing and I say bong, so I sing for you a song.
I'm born in Switzerland and made education in Switzerland as graphic designer in the art school of Basel in the late 80s, and made my degrees there. And after my experience as a freelance designer for agency and the design studios, I was working beside also as an artist, as a musician. I was traveling through the world, and in 91 I came to Vienna by coincidence, meeting a girl, and was attracted by this city. And since 91 I started to work in Vienna with my graphic design, and especially I developed my career as a font designer. So I was given a fontographer, which is the program at this time that the people worked for a font type design, and I started in 95. I knew exactly the date. One day after I got the program, which was from a newspaper given me just to test it, and I was totally attracted by this program. Emigre zu sein Likör was already online. Most of the people already did the famous first period of the digital font, so I was in a kind of first slot of not really being as hip as possible at the time. So everybody was already working with fonts, and I did get this program and was totally attracted. I started to do font design by digitalizing hand fonts by my friends. So I tried to catch the personality of the handwriting into this digital font, and made in the first 2 years, learning by doing with this program, only hand fonts. After this, through this experience, I was asked one day by a guy that worked for the wallpaper magazine, for Tyler Brûlé, if I could not do a nice copy font and a nice headline font for a new newspaper, for the wallpaper magazine company. And the art director, Herbert Winkler, who was at that time the leading art director for this magazine, just asked me to do something, because he knew I was doing with fonts, but he didn't know what I could do out of this. And later, out of this experience of doing hand fonts, I was invited by international companies to do corporate identity fonts from wallpaper to the Lomographic Society, GQ International, Albertina, and many more companies. So I grew up as a font designer, basics graphic design, and was asked in 2000 by the guys from the Lomographic Society to work for a mobile project. The mobile project was a wild stuff at this time, color screen. They want to have a new way of communication. The Lomographic Society dealt at this period with this wild style of photography, and I was introduced to Karl Emilio Pircher, my partner today with Walking Chair, and we were both asked to do the project. He was for the three-dimensional parts and me for the two-dimensional parts, and asking one day, the second day we started to work, and out of this project in 1 year later we defined to have an old design studio, because the project was stopped for financial reason, and we started our own company, which is now Walking Chair Design Studio.
Moi je ping et toi tu pong, c'est la vie d'une chanson. Dici ping et dico pong.
In 2000 I was asked by the Lomographic Society to fulfill a mobile phone, and at this period I was presented, or I was came in contact with Karl Emilio Pircher, with whom I worked for 1.5 years for a mobile phone development. Unfortunately, we could not go on because of financial reason with this project, and we had to decide what we do. We had an extreme good relationship in these 1.5 years, and out of these 18 months of experience working together, we decided that we will try to make our own design studio. You must know Karl Emilio has an experience in engineering. He's a three-dimensional a crazy man, I must say, and I had no idea about this stuff. I could not fulfill my ideas, but of course I have dream in a three-dimensional, and the same was with him. He was dreaming about the two-dimensional, and he could not do it because he was thinking in three-dimension. In the end, we said three-dimension and two-dimension combine, we count together is five-dimension. This will be enough for walking chair. So Karl brought in our relationship in our studio, the real walking chair, that chair that walks, which was a piece of art. He made that School for Applied Art in Vienna. He was with Ron Arad at his class at the time when Ron was in Vienna teaching. And I brought from my side the new logo for the company and the idea that we call the company Walking Chair, because I liked very much the idea that furniture in the future are more than only a piece of wood or a piece of metal, that they become more a personality. So Walking Chair was born with us. We started in 2002 with the first presentation. We went out to London on Designers Block and made a first show. We had not really much things in our cases, but we had 3 things that were enough that after this first show we knew that we might do it with a new studio with our ideas. So we had the walking chair, we had the ping meets pong table, around ping pong table, and we had the bottle boy and some other little products with us. So we went to London, and after this show, I must say, through this show we get in contact with some very interesting people, and out of this we knew that we might dare to found the studio. So this was the period where we only showed it and we get the first feedback. We decided to leave our home base Vienna because we didn't want to make the first exhibition on the same place where we lived, because you're not connected maybe to many people. And it's the same for me. When I left Switzerland, I really left Switzerland behind me and I started from zero in Austria, in Vienna, with my career as a designer. So the people in Switzerland only now slowly realize that there is a Swiss guy that used to, or maybe is born in Basel and is working in Vienna and doing some maybe interesting stuff. So Walking Chair was born after this September 2002, and 2003 we founded our company, which is a serious base for making business and making your future. And we had a company, Karl and me. We were working with a small group of people. We have working with freelance, and slowly, step by step, we get hired, or we tried to sell our products out of our studio.
Du bist Bing und ich bin Bong, sing den Song und sing Ding Dong.
We are not only concentrating in making furniture, product design, graphic design, so we always try to get in a relationship with ourselves, with our client, to find a solution on a question, and this question might end up with a cooking solution, or maybe with a song, a description about a product, or an idea that firstly is not a question of shaping a solution, it's only a content on which we fulfill the design. So our philosophy has a lot to do with these basics. We like to give the people tools with them they can fulfill the design. Each human being is a designer. Like boys used to say, everybody is an artist, so everybody is a designer, everybody is a star, Andy Warhol said. So I say everybody can try it, please do it. And we offer it with some tools to do such things. I want maybe focus a little bit on the products we were doing. So we have our own products, and we have products that were evoked by our clients. Clients sometimes are totally different. So this fulfilling the content, we also describe it as we like design that follows content. Everybody used to say, or is still saying, design follows a function, A function is a normality. We have to base on this, but the function is only the first step. So the content is the more important, that you have a need, a basic situation. And I will explain a little bit now about three products that we did. First of all, we had developed a bottle boy, it's called. It's a wardrobe system for your bag, hats and clothes. And it's in fact a recycling project, because you use used PET bottles, polyethylene bottles, and through heat you shrink them into a pin. You fix this pin with the bottle boy, the real product, and you have your wardrobe system on your wall. And out of this little tool, which is only the capsule to fix in the bottles later, everybody can see it on our web page how it works, so we describe it. So we have a new generation of people that realize that with a PET bottle you can do much more than only some rubbish. We say we will fill with Müll, so we fill the bottles also with nice things, so you can decorate it the way you like. A second piece is a sofa system we developed for a client of us. It's called Montebello. Montebello is a modular mountain range, a sofa system for indoor places. We have been winning a competition for an exhibition design about the Austrian architecture in the Architekturzentrum Wien, which is the main institution for Austrian architecture. And for the opening, there was a three-step opening in 3-year time, because it shows the whole last century and almost 150 years about the Austrian design. They were asked to make a chair, and not a chair, more a lounge situation where the people can sit longer to get all the information of the exhibition. They had to read. So they want to have us that we go and buy a new sofa for the exhibition. And we were not the guys that just run to buy a sofa, so we said let's try to make an own sofa. And we really went over mountains to this way. It was physically very strange, because the exhibition is in a very typical content and shape in the end, so you could not just put a sofa system. And because of a long work, suddenly we discovered that the mountain is the right situation for this exhibition to be a modular sofa system. The third light, or the third little project, or not little project, it's a little product we made. Is for an architecture project. It's an architecture project for Banja Luka in Bosnia-Herzegovina. We were asked to make a lamp. Not only the lamp, but we did the lamp because of the resources of the financial. We had to find an easy way of doing a high quality looking lamp with very easy material. And we designed an acrylic shape in a form of a cloud, and we filled in this shape, which was perforated through holes, standard light ropes. So you have kind of a wild going on of tight ropes, of light ropes, that are in the three-dimensional world hanging now in the ceiling, looking like a wonderful lamp, and it looks like a cloud. So we organized this light rope in a new way because of the holes. And everybody who is buying now the product in our shop can do it itself. So they can fill it in, they thread in the light rope, and they create this new lamp.
You say ping and I say pong.
Well, the situation with going out with your own products and your ideas is a difficult situation, because you have to decide one day, where do I go? Do I go to the market where I can buy some fruits or some vegetables in my city where I live? Or do I go straight away to another country, to another place, to another capital, and maybe to a fair to present myself? We had the experience, and I must say that this experience is always, it must be different, because everybody is a different human being, has another possibility of his way, of his career. And we choose the way to go far away to London to make a first exhibition with Designers Block, and made a show with our products. It was the right decision for us because Designers Block is totally packed with people that are keen on new design. A lot of journalists are running there, like snapping up the next gag or the next funny stuff, the next cool idea. And of course, this is an important media today. You're in the public view. If you have something that has catches the eyes, you get the chance. And it happened to us with the Ping Meets Pong table and the walking chair, of course, and some other products. That the people got really in touch with us. So we made this show, and on the second day we met Colette from Paris, and we met Ulla Diekmann from Messe Frankfurt, which is very important to support young designers. They make always invitations and ask the people to do something. They make a young designer show in the big shows, and realized that we had to go out, and that we had to go to places that we never expected we could go. Like the Messe Frankfurt is a very commercial place, but in this commercial place they have niches in which they present independent young people. And it's a question of chemistry with these people. They see you, they ask you. We never ask the people if we can go there. They asked us, and yeah, we always get in touch with the nice people we like very much. So like Das Möbel in Vienna, it is with Linnenfabrik in Aarhus, where we are now. It is a wonderful situation of people that are supporting each other with the new idea of design. Maybe today we have to think designers have two possibilities. They have only one possibility, de facto, I would say, to make their own way, and their own way also independent with the business. If you go into professional design, maybe you enter a company and you are the designer of the company, it's different. But I think if you do your own belief, if you work out your own dreams, then you have to be on your own, and you need a kind of net. I hate the word network, because network is only commercialized. So you need friends, and you need friends that believe in you, and you believe in them, and you have a nice evening, and you have an understanding. And more, as we grow with our company, we have only 4 years now behind us. We meet people like Daniel Charney from the curator of Aram Gallery in London, that comes to us and say, hey, it's interesting what you do, I might do an exhibition with you. We were not ready when he asked us. He said maybe half a year, but 1 year later we did the exhibition. And so we are always in a context and in a contact with nice people. We have a culture in Vienna where we sit with the studio. It's the coffee house culture. So we have an open space. We let the people in, come, see us work. They can almost see on what we work. And but we have a possibility to talk with them. And this open system works worldwide. And I think that is the beginning of a good way of presenting itself, a company, to everybody. And out of this, you get requests from clients, from friends, to do maybe a little project, a bigger project, and you get a chance to become real professional.
Ping meets pong meets ping meets pong. Ping meets pong meets ping meets pong.
The idea is the basic. I think this is a necessity. If you don't have the idea, you don't have to talk about the next step. The next step after the idea is the way to find the solution of the production. Production has so many possibilities. If you do it your own, if you find a company, if you have a partner, blah blah blah, you have 1,000 possibilities. But if you have the second part and you decide to do it by your own, you have the third step, which is presenting. And the presenting of the product is like the third job of the whole role. So you present your own product, and you go to shows, you go to exhibition, you make a web page, you make good pictures, you make maybe a video of it, you make a three-dimensional idea, you write a text, you make a postcard, you become a graphic designer, a musician, you make like a media work. You would need a whole agency, and agency outside are there saying, I will do it for you, but it costs money. You have not the money to do, so you have to do it by yourself. And I think this is also a part of design, to find your own solution, how you present your product. And this is a total important job for all young designers, to find the same solution. They have reflection, they have to ask their people around how they see the product, and out of this they create the solution for this presentation. And still we today, for our products, we have every day a new idea how we can describe it in a better way and in the next step. So this is a progress which never stops. If you have now more products with more different presentations, so it will be an incredible huge amount of information you give to the people. Like I'm talking now to you, and I'm talking about design. Also, the talk about design needs experience. When I started, I was not that much experienced as I'm now, because now I have in my head the main thing I want to talk about. I try to focus this in the 5 minutes that the people is at all able to listen to my talk. So this is all going together, and you have to learn this, or you have to be able to do. I don't know how to say. So different designers are working in a very different way.
Ping meets pong meets ping meets pong. Ping meets pong meets ping meets pong.
Well, having an idea for a design is a good question. I'm a lot of time asked by students, how did you get the idea? You smoke. What are you doing? I say, I don't smoke. I have only my needs first. So I see, what would I like to have? Like with Ping Meets Pong, we needed a conference table for our studio. And because we didn't have one, we said, let's make a ping pong table. But everybody is working with a square ping pong table. We said, no, we are not doing the square one. We make a round one. So we said, like, okay, we do it different because we have another approach to it. So we follow our needs, our basics, our content, and it's the same with the client. We start on this. In the Asian culture, it's funny. The people have a totally different understanding of the value of ideas, and they are not that much educated that the idea is something which is inside yourself. So they're copying a lot, and this is a tradition because they ask me, what kind of books do you read? What are you copying? You know, what are you taking to start out your design? And I never say, because I don't read books, I read books, I don't look at books to make a copy of something. I get influenced by the birds, I get influenced maybe by the nature, I get influenced by my friends, I get influenced by things. I sit on a toilet and see a drawing. I don't know, I get influenced by daily stupidities. And this is the basic of design, and there are these wonderful dreams, or maybe the wonderful ideas I suddenly have in 1 second and get in touch. I knew, okay, now it's done. Like you sit on the toilet, or maybe you have a shower, or you're on the bike outside and you are totally relaxed. You have this 1 second, you know, where you know you're totally happy because you understand something and you get an idea, and that's the moment. But you cannot buy this, and I'm sure you cannot learn it. You can only be open with your heart, very deep to all the things that are going around yourself, and you have to be sensitive for this. And I think everybody has the sensitivity. You only have to open up your heart to let it in.
Ping meets pong meets ping meets pong. Ping meets pong meets ping meets pong.
I like to work with local companies that are very close to my place, where I have home base of our studio, which is Vienna. But normally, of course, you cannot have all the people around. And especially around Vienna, there are not so many industry that are able producing in certain quality. So you decide, you stay in your home place, you work with the possibilities, or you go out. And you try to find the companies outside. And the production outside, if you do your own product, if you do it like a product you're going to sell later, is very, very expensive. It's expensive because you need a lot of time for traveling. You go and visit the prototypes, you have the contact with the company, and these companies are not interested only in working with people like us because we are starting with a new idea. It's always difficulty, but there are difficulties because they have to support you also a little bit, because it's an investment from their side in your product, in your way of thinking, and hopefully the product is a good selling product. They are happy and we are happy. So the money flow from the place where you are based to the foreign countries is very difficult, and to be honest, this is the most delicate question in design. If you are your own producer, how you get in contact with the companies. You can be happy if you have 1-2 companies, you know exactly what you get, and you get out of a low investment of time a high quality product back. We don't produce with China, we know how to do, but we believe that the Chinese production is not the style we like. The Chinese production is only price. We make it below 1/10 cent, below 5 cent, below 1 cent, and we think that even if you intend to go on a cheap product, you have a certain value on the product which does not have to be cheap. Even if the product in the end costs 10 euro, you have a certain possibility, and we work most of the time with European companies, all of the time I must say, with European companies that are doing our products. And we think China is a good market for the future, but we will sell the Chinese bourgeoisie at the moment our products, because China likes this thinking of the European, and especially this local thinking, like you are in Denmark, we in Austria, the German, the Italian. So this color, this wonderful flavor of Europe will be for China the right thing, I say. So we say we don't produce now in China, we will sell to China our products very near in the future.
Di Chiping e di Copong, poi facciamo un ding dong.
Well, what is the dream of Walking Chair? The dream almost is fulfilled. So we have our own studio, we have a nice place, we have a nice team with people we work, we have nice clients. What can I say? But we still fight, because every month we have to pay our rent, we have to pay our income, we have to be professional, we need our money. And maybe the thing I wish for ourselves is, I don't want to become a huge company. I will always be below 10 people. We might have external people working for us, but I will have a small company that is a big think tank for any question, for any solution which causes the question, of course. And out of this think tank, I like to meet new, nice people which give me so much about their life, their information, so I learn more. I want to make maybe a school one day where we teach people about our philosophy, about our doing. So I want to have maybe a little place for young people, for old people, where we can sit together, think about design, think about the work, and have, in a way, a more easier life than now. It's difficult to explain easy what it means, because when you do a company and you are an entrepreneur, like for 4 years, like we are now, you're digging like a dog. You know, you are hard working, and you're doing 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you fall into bed and you don't know if you even wake up the next morning, because you have to do it, otherwise you cannot start as such a company. And I wish to have more time for all my friends, for all the people that are surrounding my personal situation, my partner, my situation in the company, with my family, with my friends. I have not been telephoning for 5 years now, because I was not able. They might not know what I do. So these are the dreams. I think I will have this a little bit more relaxed way, to have more time after finding a solution, to find the real production place. And yeah, I can say I believe that we meet so many new friends, that this is my biggest dream, to have new friends. And I think it's a nice way of having a new discussion. At the end we say it's a new way of playing an old game, playing ping meets pong. So you say ping and we say pong.
My bye-bye, my goodbye, no time to lose as time goes by. My bye-bye, don't melt away. My bye-bye, why don't you stay?